It's 5:45, close to 6 o'clock in the morning, and and my intro clock is just wacky today. But I think we all know what today is, September 11th. Um, I think I can speak anyway. We all know what we did, where we were, and what we were doing when we were at when the situation on New York happened in 9/11. I was living with my parents at the time. This is and I was getting ready for class. I had my back to the TV. Um, I was putting my books in, and as I turned around to watch the Today Show, I see up the plane, which I turned out the second plane hit the tower. And for the next 10 or so minutes, I stood there watching the chaos that would unfold, not knowing how devastating it would be. Um, Again, it was truly a sight to behold, what was going on. And after a while, I forced myself to go to class. I drove to Pensacola Christian College, and when I entered Dale Horton Auditorium, it was a madhouse scene, but it was a controlled madhouse where the faculty was able to gather all the students and trying to calm the situation down, knowing that there were students, female students and male students, who were visibly upset and crying because they had family members. There were certain students who had family members in New York, and they were wanting they're trying to contact their family, but the phone lines were down or busy or whatever the case may be. And I got to commend the faculty for setting up a hotline of sorts for any student that needed to would try to contact their any family member they could get through to. At the time, I was working at the NASU Center, which is a military base, so I contacted my best friend Biggie Rollins, who I worked with alongside with, and I just straight up asked, "Is the military is NAS Pensacola on lockdown?" And he said, "Yeah." So all the bases are, and I asked him again if we're able to get in. And he said, "I don't know." So I just when you get to work, just basically be careful. And when I got to the front, when I approached, and I was able to get through the front gate, but it was heavily guarded. There were armed guards in tactical gear, and then showing ID and checking cars. So it was long lines and getting into the front gate, but it was warranted. And what I remember about that work day, or that work afternoon, as I recall, was we were walking on eggshells trying, because beforehand we had a meeting where our boss basically told us try to keep the mood light, because we don't want to upset or we want to keep the kids distracted from what's going on. And what we did was just try to have fun, keep having fun, even though they may have gotten wind of what was going on through school. But I know that during that time, there were a lot of parents started to pick their kids up from the center early, because they wanted to. They just wanted all the family members together, which is understandable, knowing what happened in New York, and family members losing family members, fathers losing daughters, or daughters losing fathers, and whatever the case may be. And that's basically what I remember from most about 9/11. And I got to ask about all of you, where were you and what were you doing and do you remember what we were doing on 9/11? Just comment below.